Alright, I thought I'd do a quick little video on this. It's come up a couple times on different threads throughout the years. Anytime somebody's looking at trying to bend the Schedule 40 PVC, either in a tighter radius or having it maintain a permanent bend. First did this a number of years ago. It was back in Boy Scouts, or a project we were doing. Worked great, so I'm gonna try to get in here and demonstrate it. This is a 2-foot section of pipe. You can see the end. I used just a little bit of blue painter's tape, capped it off there just to hold that in. Now what I'm going to do, you can see I've got a funnel here. I'm going to put this funnel down in the end of the pipe, and then I've got some regular sand, nothing special. You can use play sand. This sand I just actually pulled across out of the pond across the street from me. So we're going to take some of the sand and I'm going to dump that down the funnel, just enough to fill it about halfway. We're actually going to heat this sand, so I really don't want any more down there than I need for my bend. This particular instance, I'm only going to bend just the lower half of this, so I really don't need too much sand. If I use more sand than I need, it's just going to take longer to heat up, so I suggest measuring it out first and then emptying the tube. Alright, so now we come inside. We've got our tube about halfway full of sand. You can see I'm just using just a recyclable aluminum tray here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out all the sand that we had in the pipe. You can see it really doesn't take too much to fill that. Want to make sure we get all of it out of the end. Spread this out just so it doesn't take quite so long to heat up. Whatever tray or pan or whatever you use, you want to make sure that it's something that you can at least pick up when it's hot with a glove or something, because we're going to have to pour this back down the funnel when it's roughly 450 degrees. So that's all ready to go. You stick that down here in the oven. Depends on how long it takes your oven to heat up. Ours is gas, so it runs really pretty fast. So I'm going to set that up to about 450 and come back when it beeps and it lets me know it's hot. Alright, this has been in there probably about 5 minutes past when the buzzer went off to let me know it was up to temperature. I'm going to take that hot sand out now. I'm just going to pour it right down
on the floor.
Tube. We taped up the end so it won't pour out. And in a few minutes, the tube should start to get soft. You can feel the outside, you can feel it's pretty warm. It's not something that happens right away. You don't want it to collapse. But after a while, that tube starts to soften and bend. Alright, so as you can see, we got about half that bend in before the sand started to cool down a little too much. So I dumped it back out into my pan. I'm going to stick that back in the oven while we're still nice and hot. And I went ahead and turned the temperature up about another 100 degrees. We're up to 550 now, which is as high as this will go. If we don't hit it, if we can't get it to bend with it getting that hot, I'm going to try my barbecue grill next, which is the way that we did it before. So I know that works. I was hoping to make it convenient being able to use your stove inside. So we'll see. Alright, we're going to try this one more time here. Opened up. Got my pipe, funnel in the end. and pour away. So here we are. It's been about 10 minutes. Apologize for the break in the video. My memory card actually ran out, but you can see I just used a metal can here. It's an old nut can, but you want something that can deal with the heat, either glass or metal. I just bent that. You know, when it gets real soft, it's almost about like the consistency of a garden hose. I just looped it around, and then to hold it in place, just put a rubber band on there. And you can see I laid this flat on the floor just to make sure that I kept that flat profile to it once I take it out of my little jig here. We've got concrete floors in our house, so it's not a big deal, but I would recommend doing this on some kind of a tile or a solid surface, something that you're not going to burn. So I'm going to undo my rubber band here. Usually it actually cools down fairly quickly, so I can pull that mold out, and you can see it's kept the shape all the way around. I've got a nice round profile without any kinks or bends or anything in there. I'm going to take my little metal pan here, and I'm just going to empty out the sand on the inside. On the ground a little bit, and that'll help cool it down even more now that I get that thermal mass out of the inside of it. So that's it. You know, within a few minutes you can bend that into whatever shape you want. We've tied them in knots. We've done full circles, half circles, you name it. So I'll show it again when I get it all painted up and cut and trimmed for what I'm using this one for. This is the project that I had started. These are just regular under cabinet lights. They fit pretty nice inside of a 2-inch PVC cap, pipe cap. So that works great for the light. Comes with lamp cord on it. I'm going to use these for landscape lights. And this was the stake that I had to put those in the ground. You know, it works, it's functional, it's adjustable even, but it still looks like plumbing parts. And my goal was to build these things for, you know, less than $5 to $10 a piece, but have them look nice, have them look professional. So this is what I'm trying to replace with the pipe that we bent today. Alright, so here you can see our finished bent PVC pipe with the little light fixture housing on the end of it. Plan to use these along a walkway area or garden area. This has a nice curve to it. Painted it up, make it look like metal. I use the Krylon Fusion. I really like this hammered finish. It's pretty forgiving if you've got little joints or glued up areas. Kind of fills in, looks real nice. So you can see that's my cord will go out, tie into my 12-volt landscape lights, and for you know, a couple cents worth of PVC, I've got a real nice fixture and housing. So, and it doesn't look like plumbing parts, which is always a plus. So that's it. Good luck if you want to try this. It seems to work pretty well for me. I plan to make a few more of them, and may post some pictures when I get everything finished up.